I went from strict to stricto, strict. Understand? Only person I owe is myself. Strict. I went from strict to stricto, strict.
Yes, people, welcome back to my channel. Big Stricto here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, whatever it is that these other people tell you to do, but do it for me. And today I've got me a special guest, the governor of the United View, Manchester United most respected fan channel, also a presenter on TalkSport, Sky Sports, and every reputable sports content channel. Please give a big welcome to my man, Flex.
Big up, man. Big up, big up. I ain't ever had an intro like that, you know, but hey,
Yeah. You know what? You know that's what we do on this channel, man. We try,
big up, man.
make sure my guest is comfortable and
For
all
real.
of that, all the trimmings, bro.
For real, appreciate that, man. Nah, it's good to be on, man. Thanks for the invite, man. I haven't come on your channel before, man. So
Yeah,
good to get the nod, Gaffer. Good to get the nod. I'm saying, good to get the nod,
fair,
man.
I put up a poll and that people was like, yeah, try and get Flex on and like, so I was like, okay, cool. I can,
Love
I
that.
got access to him. Let me try it.
Yeah, one message, it was done.
One message,
Easy.
done, man. One message. No,
Easy,
honestly,
man.
I appreciate your time. I know you're busy, man.
Come on, man.
I did say, you're a presenter on Sky Sports and Talk Sports, so I know you probably got something lined up for them. But so yeah, we'll try to move as as quick as we can. So obviously, it's the international breaks are over. So obviously, you got league games coming. When's your next league game?
Brentford at home. 3 p.m. Saturday in Bremer and them, man, after 30 seconds.
Yeah, you already you already know how that goes. But I mean, you must have been pleased with the international breaks. Like, you ain't, probably the only time you ain't dropped points this season.
Look, bro, the manager should be gone in this international break, and it hasn't happened, so I'm not pleased at all.
Really?
Yeah, man. What? Nah, we're just going to carry on as is and then end up here in the next November international break, scratching our heads at the same shit. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, you got to go, man.
So you're fully Eric out?
I'm done, bro. And you know me. I'll wait, innit? I try and see the positives. I try and, you know what I mean, see what I can see. And, after the FA Cup final, I was like, nah, man, like, you got to give him a bit more time. Just let him try right the wrongs. Bro, yeah. After 10 games in all comps of this season, I've seen enough, bro. A lot of other Man United fans seen this a long time ago. There's no problem with that. Everyone's got different feelings, different opinions as to what's going on. But for me, I've seen enough, bro. It's untenable, bro. We're so bad. We're breaking every single negative metric that there is to break, bro. Like, it's just not good enough, man. And he's in his third season. He spent over £600 million. The improvement's not 2 cups return is not enough. At the expense of the 2 cup return, I get that people say it's about winning trophies, which it is to a certain extent, but the return on that is the trade-off is that the team is this shit. Nah, pound for pound, yeah, because obviously like Southampton and them, man, and Leicester and stuff like that, Ipswich, like they've just come up from the champ, so they should be fighting down there. That's, you know what I mean. Pound for pound, bro, Man United the worst team in the league.
That's crazy.
It's the truth.
That's crazy.
It's the truth. For the money spent, the expectation, the players that we actually do have, the manager that we have, like the window we just had as well to upgrade again, like extra 200+ million spent, pound for pound, with the year-on-year investment in the team, we're the worst, bro.
All right. Okay, going on from that. So you're saying you're the worst. Like, what? Just what do you think? Obviously, he's come from Ajax. What do you think? Like, the Ajax supporters think is going on at United? Because obviously he was there. He won 3 league titles over there. He hasn't become shit overnight. Like, is it just squarely on Eric Ten Hag, or is it a structural thing that he's kind of walked into? Because you've had Mourinho, you've had Van Gaal, you've had you've had all these managers. Moyes. Yeah. What is going on, bro? Like, what do you think the Ajax fans are looking?
It's never just one man's fault, innit? It's never just one man's fault. And Man United has been a broken institution for ages since Fergie, so we know that that's not his fault. The structure's just recently changed as well, bro. You know what I mean? We just changed that as well for him. Like, not just him, but the club needed it. Ineos coming in and making better decisions and this, that, and the other. But the truth of the matter is, the buck stops with the manager, innit? If the team on the pitch, what we're seeing, is not playing good football, is conceding loads of goals, being in negative goal difference, sliding down the table, and the manager's had this imprint. What you used to be able to argue is that This manager's just got here. This is a team full of another manager's players. Let him get his players. Let him work. All this usual stuff that
Yeah.
you need to be patient with. Well, £600 million later, we're seeing his own signings that he's made just on the bench, bro. Like what? Come on, man. Like Anthony, don't use him no more. That was his guy. You know what I mean? Casemiro, we've moved on from him. Ugate's come in, can't get in the team. De Ligt, who I actually still think is a good defender, infected with the bozo gene, couldn't even start the last game, had to take him off at half time with Martinez, his signing again. Onana's in goal. You got Mazraoui, he's your guy, he's worked under you before. Like, how many Xerxes Dutch, you went and got him? Like, what do you want? Like, how much more things do you want? It's the amount. You co-signed that, you made him our number 7. Injury prone since he's ever been here. Hasn't worked out. Dud. Like, what other things do you need as a manager to play the football you want? He told us obviously last year injuries, loads of injuries, which we did have, to be fair. So you say, all right, mitigating circumstances. This year, after 10 games, we ain't had them type of injuries. What's the excuse? You're running out, bro. You're running out of excuses. There's no more left. Apart you're just not good enough. The Ajax way, absolutely. Played a different brand of football, different type of structure, different set of players that he got. Not able to spend a lot of money. The players, I think he spent something like 200 or 300 million his whole time there. You know what I mean? And look what he's already spent at Man United, because they're different animals, they're different beasts. There's bigger resources, there's bigger expectation. And Ajax is a big football club. So, yeah, man, there's just no more excuses, bro.
I mean, like I'm from the outside looking in, Flex. You know me. I tag you in the various United tears videos, UKG, and any United fan. I'm enjoying it, but I think
Of
there's a bit
course.
of me that's like, nah, no, my old enemies. Like,
Seeing them out like this is bad.
it's bad. Like, I want to see United go out, but I don't want to see United go out like this. Do you know what I'm
And that's
saying?
what pisses me off, you know. That's another thing. When we're getting, bro, like real, like kind of like sympathy from the ops, yeah, that's a problem for me. I don't want your sympathy, bro. But I have to accept it. Bro, after we lost against Liverpool, yeah, 3-0, where we film our videos in the car park, yeah, the away fans sometimes come out that bit there. There was some Liverpool man there getting some chips. And one man just turned to me, he just went, your manager's not good enough, lad. He said, your manager's not good enough. He didn't chuck it. I'd rather him come out saying this, doing all this. Hold that, Man United. I'd rather him do that.
Yeah.
He went, your manager's not good enough, is he, lad? I just went, fucking hell.
Because there's no joy, bro. Honestly, like, it's one of those things where, like, we had our banter era. I think we can safely say we're coming out of it, you know, because and I remember during our banter era, it got to the point where people just started to feel sorry for us. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't fun anymore, because I think when you're bantering, when especially like a club like Arsenal, a club like United, there has to be there's a at least a fight that keeps the banter like realistic and keeps the banter going, keeps the banter strong. But when there's no fight, it just kind of becomes like,
It's like bullying.
it
You think
turns
you're
to
bullying?
bullying.
Yeah.
I've watched this strong giant of a structure just collapse into some weak, curdled up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, like, I've enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, and I still probably will enjoy it. But when I look at it, I'm just like, this ain't the United I used to watch growing up. This ain't the rivalry. I want things to be bad, but I don't want it to go like this. Fair enough. Like, I got my brethren who will tell me, he's still on the hard head thing, and I don't know why. Because I'm like, bro, just give up. Because I can't even banter you like I used to banter you. Like, he's
Yeah,
like,
you feel sorry for him.
we've won 2 cups. What's Arteta won? And I'm just like,
Yeah,
bro, I'd rather have what we're having. Of course, I'd want a cup. Don't get me wrong. But once the party's done, like you're finding out, once all the cleaners have cleaned up all the confetti, what are you left with?
nothing, bro. It's true, and that's the thing. Like the 2 cups thing. Listen, that's something that in self-preservation, like when the ops come, especially Arsenal fans, yeah, you could say it in it. You could say, oh yeah, what's he won, this, that, and the other. I get that, yeah, but at the end of the day, we've seen Man United win 2 trophies in successive seasons, yeah, and not be a better team for it, bro. Like, we're not a better team because we won the FA Cup. We haven't kicked on. It's not like it's bred a winning mentality through the squad, and you can see it's made us stronger. We're going in an upwards trajectory because we won the cups. We've seen it. After winning the Carabao Cup, bro. Ironically, we haven't played well since that February we won it in 2023 or 2022, whenever it was. 2022, I think it was, isn't it? No, first season. So it would have been February 2023. So we haven't played well since that week, bro. Since then, since we beat Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final, and the same week we had Barcelona as well, we knocked them out of the Europa League. Since then, we've played shit ever
The football's
since.
been dire.
Yeah, so winning the Carabao Cup didn't kick us onto bigger and better things. Winning the FA Cup didn't kick us onto bigger and better things. As a fan, you enjoy the day. I will always remember the day I went to Wembley and we beat Man City, and our academy graduate Kobe Mainoo scored the winner. Like, I will remember that day forever. I get that. That's fine. You can celebrate that. I did, but that
Once
your
the
real
party's
true
done.
test? Yeah, bro. The bread and butter is like over 38 games. How good of a team are you? And
Yeah.
the answers are we're shit. We're a terrible team.
So who would you say who would you say right now is your biggest rival? Obviously, and I know obviously
Biggest rival.
you got
We're us.
because I feel like does it change because of where you are? It's like your rivals still your rivals? You know,
Nah,
it's
your
like
rivals are still like our biggest rival is Liverpool. That's never going to change. Like
yeah,
when Liverpool was shit for 30 years before they managed to win another title under Klopp, like their biggest game on the calendar is Man United and Everton. Like that's just, when Arsenal were going through the Banter era, your biggest game's still Tottenham. Even though Tottenham have never been, even when them years when they were getting consistent top four and you were going through a bit of a Banter era, when they didn't win anything still, they were still, you get, as an Arsenal fan, you probably get the calendar, you go, when's Tottenham home and away? I need to know. Do you know what I mean?
And
So
United
that
and United to be
and
fair.
United actually,
Yeah,
yeah, you lot
yeah.
hate United as well because obviously like the old rivalry.
Mm,
So our main like our rivals are still Liverpool.
mm.
Our rival by geography obviously is Man City.
Man City.
And like the Arsenal thing is weird because obviously bare Man United fans from London, etc., etc. Like if you ask Man United fans who live up there and are from there, if
Arsenal.
they're not really on the social media thing, they see it as like, yeah, we used to have the battles back in the day,
Yeah,
but they're like, if Arsenal win the league, like fair play, like don't want Liverpool to win it, don't want Man City to win it. Do you know what I mean? Like them
yeah,
man are like that.
yeah.
They don't hate Arsenal like that. They just more live off the rivalry that we had. But it's not like and they or like with the social media thing, they just want Arsenal to lose because they just
Yeah.
know that it'd just be funny. But our rivals are still our rivals. But in terms of like the kind of people you're going up against in the league, bro, ours is slipped to like Brighton, Villa.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the fourth spot in it. So it's like whoever's it's Spurs, it's us, Spurs, Brighton, and Villa are
Villa.
obviously like the number one, and Chelsea.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
We're
Chelsea as well.
around
Yeah.
we're around that little, and Newcastle. So we're around that. But at the moment, bro, Fulham are ahead of us, bro. Like it's like, like what I mean? Our rivals, whoever's in and around us, bro, that's our new rivals, mate.
And you think like a change of like a change of manager will change like because the thing is that like I said earlier, I've seen you guys go from Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, and now in between Ragnick and now
Yeah.
Ten Hag. Like who would you like to bring in now? Who do you think can at
Me
least?
personally,
Mm,
I want Thomas Tuchel, bro. I want Thomas Tuchel. I saw some news that he was maybe going to get the England job, so maybe that won't happen. But a lot of Man United fans disagree with me, say after 2 years, this, that, and the other, he's going to fall out. Nah. But I think he's someone who can come in, understands what it is to be at big clubs only. He's won things, he's won big trophies. He's won leagues in different countries, and he's won the Champions League. And when we was playing Bayern Munich last year, I was in the press conferences home and away with him, asked him a couple of questions, and I was just really impressed. I remember he answering the questions. I was like, right, he's good, like he can handle the room, he can handle the media, he can stick up for himself. He's a straight talker. He's an in-depth talker. I just like him. I still think out of the managers that are just there sitting, he'd be my pick. But I'm not hell bent on that though. Like if they want to go for an inexperienced guy and try something else, like I said, we've tried everything. It's less about you've tried this, you've tried that. So what's the answer? That's the whole point. We don't know what the answer is. You have to keep going until you find it. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal landed on a gold mine with Arteta. He'd never been a manager before. This is his first ever job. Like things happen. Maresca has only managed Leicester for a few games. He's only managed like 60, 70 games in his whole managerial career. He's looking like he's starting to do something at Leicester. Like Fabian Herzler at Brighton's fucking only 31, bro. Half the man are older than him. Do you know what I mean? He's coming from Germany, so inexperienced. Arne Slot, he's basically the equivalent with is the equivalent of Ten Hag, but less stocks as he came in. you know what I mean? Ten Hag's won more league titles than him.
Mm.
But like he's that young up and coming Dutch guy coming out, firing all this like. But he's got Liverpool, and look, I know he's got given a good team and this Klopp's team and that, but nah, he still made them good, bro. He's still doing well. He's not struggling. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm not really fussed too. As
What
long as
about
it's not Southgate. Yeah.
Bro, I was just about to say that. I was
No,
about
no,
to give
no,
you two English names. Yeah,
yeah,
I was
no,
about to
no, no,
say
no, no.
Southgate,
Don't even bring them up. Don't
nip
bring them
that in
up.
the bud. And then earlier on,
And the other
before
one as well. Don't bring him up.
the Ipswich guy, you know, having him.
Oh, no, no. He's Northern Irish.
Oh,
He's
is that? Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was
my
gonna say
bad,
Potter.
my bad. Nah, Potter wasn't even in my mind because I knew how that went with
Yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah, yeah.
But
No,
yeah. So
no.
what do you think of the Ipswich manager then? Like, because
Yeah, Kieran McKenna's doing all right, man. He's doing all right. Listen. I was in the summer. I was like, nah, just listen. Don't get him. Just stick with Ten Hag. Just like you know what I mean. But now I've seen what I've seen. You can't. I'm not ruling stuff like that out. Where you go, nah, who's this idiot? Who's this guy? Nah,
yeah,
nah. Obviously, Southgate and Potter's a bit different, but apart from that, I'm game. I'm game, bro. I'll get behind it. I'll have a look. I'll have
yeah,
a look. Ruben Amorim at Sporting. He was going to go Liverpool, turned it down. You know, the ex Dortmund manager Turdes, like he's sitting now. Like I like the look of him. Like there's guys out there, man. But Kieran McKenna, he's got a clear way of playing. He wants to play football. Obviously his team's taken licks a couple of times this year. They're going to find it really tough to compete at this level. But I've seen them give Liverpool a good game for a good while. I've seen them against Villa. Watch that game, 90 minutes. They were very good in that game. Clear way of playing. Players want to take the ball. They create chances. So I like his principles. Obviously, whether it works at this level is tough. I just want. That's why I just want Tuchel, man. Just give me the big man. Just.
but you've had the big men already. You've had your Van Gaal. You've
Yeah.
had your
Chelsea.
Marino,
We've had
and
it.
these are
Yeah.
the two. They're big men, but they're two different big men.
Yeah.
So what's guaranteeing you that anything's gonna
There's
change?
nothing. That's what I'm saying. There's
You
no
know?
guarantee, and that's why I don't. As long as it's not Southgate or Potter, that's why I am fair game. Like I wouldn't go mad if it was Kieran McKenna. I wouldn't be like, why are you getting this guy? I wouldn't. I wouldn't go mad. I wouldn't
Let
go
me
mad.
hit with this year. Similar. I remember when we had Emery, and I never gave Emery any time whatsoever. 'Cause I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't. There's just some people where I think Emery suited to clubs like Villa, where the expectation level isn't high. Like he could, if you look throughout his career, he's done well at clubs like that. But when he got to PSG, he sort of found an obstacle. Of course, he's going to win the league there. That's what other
Yeah, it's a
competitions there
given.
is given. But he was brought in to sort of bring them that Champions League glory, or as far as he can take them. And if you remember, like under PSG, he blew us at a 4-0 lead to Barcelona.
Yeah,
Like
boss. Yeah, yeah.
he bottled that there. So when he came Arsenal, I just weren't happy with the football. And then when he left, I was totally against Arteta. I didn't. If you'd have told me at that point to where we are today that Arteta would have changed not just the football at Arsenal, but the environment at Arsenal within the fans, and unfortunately, you don't get a trophy for for getting rid of the toxicity within the fan base, and he's managed to fix that. And maybe Southgate won't be so bad because I was so against Arteta, and I'll tell you one of the main reasons why I was against Arteta. I was thought to myself, all right, we're gonna get an inexperienced manager who's not going to challenge the club because the club is way too big for him to challenge in his first sort of job. He's almost gonna be a yes man. And at that point, I was thought, nah, this is just I can just see this just going, the Cronkies having their way with this guy, sort of thing. But he's been allowed to do his stuff, and they've backed him. And we finished eighth, fifth, and now become one of City's biggest challenges. So maybe something like Southgate might be mad to look at and to think of, but it might be just crazy enough to work.
Stricto, I've just listened to everything you said and just taken it straight out of my head. Because Southgate is not Southgate. Listen, all them Arteta stories is true. That's fine. It's worked. That guy needs to not come anywhere near my club, bro. There's no other breaking it down, bro. Like, you know why? Because there actually is a sample size of him not being that guy. Like, bro, last time he managed in fucking club football was what, 2008, bro. Got relegated with Middlesbrough. Like the national team thing, when you get the best of the best and make them smile and stuff and just get the energy and the vibes right. Cool, taking England far. But we also saw when it come to managing and getting over the line in the big games, he couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it with the best of the best that this country has to offer. No, 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 no.
No,
Five
no,
times
I
over,
think,
bro.
I
Nah,
think,
man.
I think that could make.
He's
I
a dead
honestly think
manager,
that
bro.
could make sense. I think
No,
it's
bro.
great. You even
Bro, you just said you would feel sorry for us. You don't want us to be like this. You must want us to keep being like this, bro. That's why you're saying give me Southgate, bro. You take him then.
no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no,
Arteta can't get over the line. It's not that crazy. Why don't you just change it, bro? Get Southgate, bro. He might be able to get you over the line. No way,
no,
bro.
you're not having it. You're not having it.
No
No,
chance, bro. Nice sales pitch, but nah, bro.
no,
Nah.
fair enough. Now, so like as the season, like you're like sitting 14th. How many wins is that? How many wins you had this season? Like
2, I think.
2 wins, 5 goals, 8 conceded, and whatever. Like, how do you think the season goes for you, lot?
Well, if we stay with Ten Hag, bro, it'll be another fucking 8th or whatever it's gonna be. It'll be whatever. There's still a chance to save the season now if we act. If we act. So that's the only saving grace, that it still is early in the season, but we can't get top 4. I don't believe we can. Cup run. It's looking bleak, bro. If we keep this manager, it's more of the same. It's more of the same. We'll win a few games here and there. Probably beat Brentford. Just, do you know what I mean? But away to Fenerbahce straight after that. Jose and them, man.
Game.
Not easy.
That's
Not
a tough
easy.
game. That's a tough
Yeah. Fred and Amrabat. The story's written. You can just see it. You can just see it.
How mad is that? Like,
This is what I'm saying.
like man that weren't good enough, like it's considered not good enough, should I say, at your club,
There you go.
and
There
then
you
they
go.
come back and they just put
It's
in
written.
supreme performances. You know, like it does happen. But yeah. So you reckon what, 8th? That sort of position again?
I can't see it
It
being
doesn't
much
even
better.
matter at this point.
Does it? Yeah, 7th, 8th, 6th, whatever. Like, just not great. If we stay with this manager, you never know. Might get a bounce if they give it to Ruud Van Nistelrooy to the end of the season, and then get their manager in that they actually want or whatever. But if we stay with Eric, it'll be more the same, man.
And Flex, ain't no responsibility lie on any of the players.
Absolutely. Oh, listen. Some of the things they've been doing is absolutely criminal. Do you know what I mean? The lack of concentration, the lack of discipline that they show. So and actually, some of the players that we've got are not as good as we think they are. It's as simple as that. But yeah, you know, some of the form of some of them has been so shocking. I look at how Bruno Fernandes is playing now. Never seen him play this bad in his United career. He's in a real bad place. Rashford last season, shocking, going out. You know what I mean? Taking it for a joke. You know what I mean? So definitely the players have to take a lot of responsibility, because some of the things that happen are so many individual errors that happen. That's why I do feel it for the manager, if I'm giving a bit of balance to it. Like, you can set us up a certain way, but when the players make individual errors, you know what I mean, you can't really legislate for that. But at the same time, it happens far too often in terms of teams cutting through us and opening us up, which is a tactical setup, which is the manager's fault. So, but the players definitely, they deserve some of the blame as well, man.
Because I look at your last defeat at home to Tottenham, and
Disgrace.
yeah, and seeing Rashford sort of lose the ball and just kind of give up, you know, like those are the things at the Emirates. When I remember when Arteta first sort of came, like, see, Xhaka would do something so similar. He used to lose the balls so much, and the worst part for me was two things: A, he didn't have the athleticism to track back, and then B, half the time wasn't bothered to track back. Do you know what I'm saying? And that used to go that used to, you know, that toxic thing within the fans.
Runs
It's,
through.
it runs through, like it comes through to the crowd. You know, everyone's like, get this guy out of the fucking club. These times the game ain't even finished yet, bro. Like this is in-game toxicity, bro. Like there's nothing. And as a player, and I can, you know, the time he gave us the middle finger, and as a player, like, it's the hardest thing because, right, players will lose ball, players will lose 50-50 challenges. It happens, you know what I'm saying? But your application and effort, bro,
Minimum base
do
level.
not let that go. That is what we need to see. Do you know what I'm saying? And I look at United and I see, to me, there's your captain for a start. Don't look like a captain, by the way. Like, if you think of the club's history and the sort of captains, the people who've worn the armband, Bruno Fernandes is not even at the bottom of that. He's outside of that. And then you've got your academy graduate with Rashford. Someone who like we all like every fan base, you always gravitate more to the academy
That's
players
right.
because they are the representation of the club that you love on the pitch. He's almost sort of given up, like whether or not he needs a new challenge or whether or not a new challenge with a new manager. I don't know, but I look and I see it seems like there's the same old people doing the same old thing under different managers.
That's it. In terms of those players, exactly that. And this is what I'm saying about some of our players are not as good as we think they are. And Man United won't move on until some of these types of players are gone. But we've just had the chance to rebuild the squad with 600 million, and this is what it looks like. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm,
The manager wanted to buy all these types of players, and look, do you know what I mean? So players like that, they've got a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and they're nowhere near it. They're nowhere near it. They don't have a level of consistency. Bruno, yes, look, this is the first time he's been this bad. This is the first time he's been this bad, but some of his behaviour's just been poor, shocking. Rashford, same thing. But it ain't just those two players' fault. It is collective. But those are the players you look for. You look to the big players. You look to the
yeah,
ones who sign the big deals. Rashford, 350 a week. I mean, Bruno, new deal, been poor since then as well. So fans are entitled to look at you sideways when you sign the big deals. The
of
expectation is
course.
Man United Football Club, bro. You know what I
Who,
mean?
who,
I
who,
agree.
who's your like? Who would you say is your? Obviously, there's a star man who isn't necessarily a key man. Like, who would you say is like your star player? Like, if a fan runs onto the pitch right now with a phone in their hand, wanted to take a selfie with a player like mid game, who are they running to?
It's probably one of the youths, bro. It's well for that specific question, like who you're going to run on and take a picture. It'd probably be like it's probably be Garnacho, Kobe, those two, because they're young, they're coming through.
Mm,
People can see that they've got quality, but
mm,
the team's really bad, and you don't really put too much onto those two. And look, Rashford's still a star in it. So even though he's playing shit, people for that actual specific question, the
yeah,
kid would still run on the pitch and want a picture of him. But the star player, that's the thing. I mean, it's so bad. It's like, what? Who? Like, what are we? Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? What
yeah.
are we? Like I said, I think Kobe is definitely the golden boy. We can see what's there. He's really good. But even him now in this period where the team's just so bad, he's injured at the minute, but where the team's so bad, he's getting swallowed up in it all, getting run past, bare gaps to cover in midfield. He can't do
Mm,
it. Like everyone looks bad. Everyone looks bad. So there isn't that we now don't even have one player that we now put forward to get into combined 11s or put forward to say, nah, it's that bad. Do you know what I mean? It's that
yeah.
bad.
I mean, talking about that, the combined 11. So I've just sort of, you know what's coming, bro. It's mad because I text him. I said, "Yo, Flex, give me your combined 11." Because I sort of wanted to get it early so I could do the graphics for it. And you laughed at me.
Laughed, bro. Normally, you know how ready I am for these type of things. You know me, bro. I'm ready in it. But you have to call us. I messaged him back. I goes, no one, bro.
No
What
one.
do you mean? What do you mean? Like I can't even sit here and do. Maybe if you call KG and maybe he might do it like just because he hates Arsenal so much. But I can't sit here with my credibility intact and tell you that we've got a bunch of players that would get in your team over. I just let's do it.
All right, come.
Let's
Let's
do it.
let's
I just
let,
can't see
let's
it.
let's get this. Let's
Oh
get this
man.
started. I mean, like, when I look back at it, I was thinking you've got some decent players. It's not even necessarily like, um, you lot are dead. You've got some decent players,
Some.
okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So all right, so quick
Raya,
ones, yeah. Raya, okay,
Gabriel,
uh-huh,
Saliba.
crazy,
Timber, just.
okay.
That's probably the closest. I'll go Dallo just so I can have someone. Rice. I'm gonna stick my guy Kobe actually.
Kobe, yeah, okay.
No point asking. Yeah. Odegaard.
Really, okay.
Trust. Right now, trust. What do you have to say? Yeah, definitely Havertz.
Havertz.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
was a quick combined one. So you took Kobe,
Kobe
you
and
took
Dallo.
Dallo.
Yeah, and that's just out of push because I don't want to just completely lie down and just get licks. Like I want, I got to put something forward. I mean, look, Kobe over Partey. Obviously, in his career, Partey way more established. You know,
of course.
he could the job that he's asked to do is really good, and he does that job very well in a very well-oiled machine at Arsenal. Um, but just with what Kobe can do with the ball,
Yeah.
how he can take the ball, his technique's great. I'm just being biased because he's young. I don't want him to get sucked into this shit as well.
Mm.
And I think actually, if he played in a really really good team like Arsenal's, he could potentially be better than Partey.
I
But
mean,
right now he's not.
he's at the right club. He's at a big club. If you want to put in a bit of balance, where was Party at that age?
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
was So I think Kobe. I like. Do you know what? I like Kobe.
Yeah,
I also like Dallo. I think you've gone
Salah's
for the
good,
two
man.
that I'd probably have gone to.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I start Dallo in my team, but I do like him. He's probably one of the United players that I see give more on a more
yeah,
consistent on a more
he's
consistent
good.
level.
He's good, and he's technically sound. And again, I look at players who I think if they came to your team, what would they be like as well? And Dallo, Ben White. Listen, Ben White's excellent, and even he's like now not starting. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And it's a testament to how good Arsenal are. But if there was just to be able to have a conversation, they're the
Mm.
only two I could enter into the chat.
Yeah,
And
of
listen,
course.
and Rashford's been bad for so long that I feel uncomfortable putting him in there. But at his best level,
Yeah.
I would have him ahead of Trossard and Martinelli. But his best level, what is it? How long does it last for? Did never last for longer than a season. That's for sure. Exactly. That version of Rashford,
That version,
all
yeah.
day, all day.
Yeah.
But we don't see that often enough for me to put him in seriously. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah, like I remember like going back when we took Havertz from Chelsea and you lot took Mount. At that moment, it looked like you
Remember.
guys had the better of the deal coming out of Chelsea. Like Mount now, what's going on with that guy? Like,
It's injured, bro. It's injured. There's no other word to say it. Injured. Injury prone. Two words. Like that's it. We can't judge him. Well, we can now. It's a dud. He's been injured every time, ever since.
mm,
He's been injured all last year. Come back this year for a few games. Didn't really play that much. Got a knock on his head. Had to get stitches. And he also picked up a knock where he's injured again. Like, just fed up with it, bro. And we made this guy our number 7. Number 7 shirt. Big wages. Marquee signing. Laughing all the way to the bank, Chelsea. Laughing all
yeah,
the way to the bank. Whereas, like you said, Havertz,
it's flourishing.
actually, you know what I mean? It's flourishing.
Yeah.
And he's one I think takes way too much stick off Arsenal fans. I don't get it. He's
Yeah, I
brilliant.
think he's tough. To be fair to him, I've seen a lot of people taking their words back. But I think again, it might be the difference between Ten Hag and Arteta. Maybe Arteta is able to sort of instill confidence in players that,
100%. He makes players better, bro. He makes
yeah,
players
yeah,
better. The
he sort of
strike
proved
rate
it. Yeah,
of his signings, look, every signing he buys. I mean, you question it. You go, why are we getting Ramsdale from Sheffield United? Really, why are we doing that? Why are we getting Ben White for 50 million? Or
yeah,
why are we getting Kai Havertz for like 6? What's
yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Why, you know what I mean? Or why are
Are
we
we getting
signing
Raya
someone from
over Ramsdale? And then now you look at it, it's almost like, in my opinion, Raya might be one of the best keepers in the world right now.
100%? You know what I mean? Why are we getting rid of Ben White already?
Yeah,
Ken's playing
yeah.
there now, mate. You know what I mean? Zinchenko and Jesus already surplus
Yeah,
already.
no, he's definitely getting
I
us
mean,
close to City.
yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing I can give him right now is, bro, you're running City down. I not only like he was almost like, this is Pep's protege, but he's also proved. I think that City game, he's also proved he's got a different way to play.
Do it
I've
his
never
way.
seen I've never seen Pep with a different way to play. Like Pep plays one way, which 99.9% of the time goes the way he wants it to go. But there's going to be times when you meet that fishbone in your throat, and you might need water to get that shit out. You can't. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you that game proved actually the fact he's getting compared to Tony Pulis. It's not a bad thing. It just tells me this guy can play Tony Pulis when he needs to. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that
And,
was ridiculous as well.
you
That
know,
criticism of Arsenal in that moment was just dumb. I didn't understand it.
bro,
It
when
was
I saw you
stupid.
comment on that, yeah, I was like, this is crazy. This is a United fan. This is Arsenal. This is Man City, And I'm hearing Flex like, what's all this criticism about Arsenal?
I couldn't believe it, bro. And I don't even like Arsenal. People think some
That's
Man United fans are, oh, you want Arsenal to win now, or you're in there. But no, not at all. I'm just calling it as I see it. It's got to be honest. Like this forced narrative that Arsenal should have done something different in that moment. I just do not understand it. I
yeah,
do not understand it.
I rate that Flex. But let me try and get to the one last one, and we'll just
Yeah,
wrap it up here now. So this is Arsenal City again, another quick fire one. So you just
yeah,
say the player, and yeah, all right, let's go.
yeah. Edison, Gabriel, Saliba, Gavardio, Walker, Rodri, Odegaard, Saka, Partey. Trossard, Jack Grealish, the idiot, Haaland. That was hard, you know. I don't know.
It's
I might
hard.
have to go back. Yeah, because the
I think
Walker one, Walker's on his way down now. Finally, it's taken ages for him to start declining, but he's still. Ben White. Ben White offers you more overall, though. He offers you more overall.
When I asked Big Steve, I gave him that. He went back when Ben White quick. He's like Walker is done. He said
Yeah, he's
Walker's checked
done.
out.
Yeah, that's the
Walker's
thing.
checked
That's
out.
the only one I probably changed. That's the only one I probably changed.
Yeah.
That was the one I was like, You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, it's good to see other fans, other rivals actually able to give Arsenal credit. It's not something we see in the social media era. Everyone's on the slaying thing. Everyone's on the
Yeah,
bad,
there's a
which is
time. There's a
fair
time
enough.
and place. There's a time and place. But when
The
it's time
time
to
and the
talk
place for it.
ball, you have to talk ball properly, man. And
Yeah.
when you look
Now,
at Gabriel and Saliba and you look at some of the other signings, man, they're just incredible.
yeah. Nah, do you know what? Thank you very much, Flex, man. We're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate your time. Like I said earlier, your channels are doing one. Like I said, when any United content is it's on, I look for your channel. I'm
Big up, man. Big
that's
up.
me all the time because I find you lot ain't on the gimmick thing. You lot are just straight football
That's it. That's it.
knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have access to players directly. You're talking to players like it's the most respected Manchester United fan channel. That's how I'm
Appreciate
gonna
that.
put it, and that's how I
Appreciate that.
see it,
Appreciate that.
and that
For
doesn't
sure. For
change, man.
sure.
So yeah, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Anytime, man. Anytime. Keep doing your thing as well, man. Get
Thank you,
subscribing
bro.
to Street So's channel, like you said at the
Yes.
beginning of the video, man. Do all of that good stuff, man.
Do all of that,
You know what I'm
man. Don't
saying?
forget, before you take your next breath, hit the like, share, subscribe button. Nice. Peace. We're out. Also, check out United View. Check out what they're doing over there. And yeah, big up everyone, man. Thank you very much.
Big up.
Big up.